We talk about movies, we talk about games, we talk about anime and other stuff. So thanks for joining us this week. We are Passion for the Geek. All right, welcome to another episode of Passion for the Geek, where we talk everything and anything geek. With me is my co-host Elliot.
What's up?
And we also have a special guest, my brother Josh.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, you guys. This week we are going to talk about Nintendo. All right, Nintendo. Finally, a game centered thing, huh?
Yeah,
That's
man.
our second episode.
Yeah, excited.
All right, so let's see. How did Nintendo do this year? It's the end of the year anyway, huh? Do some sort of review of it.
Yeah.
I think they did pretty well this year. I feel like they got a lot of their really big IPs. They got new games for like a lot of them, and they got, I don't know. It just felt very full from Nintendo this year for me.
Yeah, and then looking at the
Good.
list, it looks like a lot of it was for the 3DS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean,
Like the big games, it seems like they're really pushing for the 3DS.
they are they're the big boss of the. I mean, like I would say mobile, but mobile is now kind of like cell phones now.
Yeah,
Yeah, portable. I would say portable.
yeah, portable.
The portable console, yeah, they've had the portable market for a long time now, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like it really shows this year too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Some of the games that they had this year, looking Fire Emblem, Mario and Luigi. Let's see, Metroid Prime.
Oh man, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Nothing like a true Metroid game there.
I mean, it's like I watched some gameplay of it. I haven't played it myself. Elliot, have you seen anything about it? Have you played it?
No, I mean I don't own a 3DS, so I can't speak too much about the games that came out for that system. But just as a longtime Metroid fan, yeah, it's not too appealing.
Yeah, it looked really weird. Like none of it really felt like a Metroid Prime game. Maybe like the mechanics, but I mean, it looked interesting.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say like having multiple people play like a Metroid Prime type game. It was cool.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of
Cool.
failing on the Metroid front. Didn't their last game also not do so well?
Yeah, Metroid Other M
Other
was
M.
the last game before that, and that wasn't received too well either.
Oh man. Hopefully they do better. I was looking up something, and it seems that the market for a live action Metroid Prime is there. They've been doing really well with the commercials. They always seem to do live action commercials. So hopefully, to give it some sort of vitality, they make some sort of live action movie or live action short.
Oh man,
I know that there's a lot of support for that, and there's a lot of people wanting it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm one of those people for sure. Because I mean, those games take a lot of influence from the Alien movies.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
so you could definitely see a live action movie like working really well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Samus is like in the first couple of games, she didn't speak. You didn't even know who she was.
She didn't even know she was a
mean-
chick
Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't even know she was a girl.
until the end.
And like, yeah, those games were so good, and Samus's character especially was just so intriguing. Like, she didn't have to say a word for it to be good.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's already a good starting off point there.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's see some of the other games I got. For DS at least, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
yeah.
Me and
that's-
Josh have that. I thought that was a really good game. Just there's too many. I think there's too many cutscenes in it, but for the most part, it was good.
Oh, you already beat it?
I did not beat it yet.
Okay.
I mean, I guess
Well-
I did, like in the sense that I beat the Elite Four, but I haven't done any of the real extra stuff afterwards.
There's a lot of end game in Sun and Moon, which is pretty cool. I mean, like I feel like since probably I want to say Platinum, since then they've had a lot of really good end game material. So like yeah, this is just another example of that. Like they're really good at packing the games in with content that it's hard to like. It's like $40 for so much content. It's good.
Yeah, they're up to like what 700+ plus Pokemon now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I had it up just a second ago.
I mean, it's good.
802. It's 802
Oh, wow.
Pokemon now.
Holy shit. But yeah, luckily they actually changed the main game a little bit too. So
Yeah.
got rid of HM, so people don't have to have HM slaves.
Yeah, they added that big transformation thing, right? What is that called?
Oh, well, they had the Mega Evolutions,
Evolutions.
in X and Y, and in this game they took it one step further with the Z moves.
Right, yeah.
So they're basically like, yeah, they're powered up, like super powerful attacks. They're good. They're really good. Oh, Star Fox came out.
Oh, for
I don't know if you got into that yet. Yeah, the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
Star Fox Zero. I mean, it wasn't received probably as well as they were hoping, but it's still, a Star Fox game. I mean, we don't get a lot of these games very often.
Yeah,
Like
but
you mentioned, Mario and Luigi, Paper Mario, and Star Fox. Those 3 games plus Metroid Prime. We don't get a lot of those games. We don't get those games very often. The games that come out are very few and far between. So it's just nice to see it,
yeah, I guess. But I mean, at least you'd hope that they'd also be good games.
Right, yeah.
For Star Fox, I heard that the mechanics are just really bad. Like you had to use the second screen, right? From
Yeah,
the Wii
you have
U?
to use both of them. Yeah, I think the gamepad is what you use to aim or something. So it's kind of weird and difficult.
Yeah, and I heard that they actually had trouble with it too when they showcased it the first time they announced it. So I mean, it's all right, I guess.
Yeah, I've never really played any of those games in the series. But yeah, it's a shame they because basically this is their like third or fourth attempt at a reboot for that series. Just kind of
Yeah, dude.
just remaking Star Fox 64 over and over again. But
Yeah, we had the GameCube one. It wasn't too bad, but we didn't play the original Star Fox before that. So I'm pretty sure we would have been disappointed as well.
yeah, but yeah, for Wii U, other than Star Fox, it was basically that Twilight Princess HD, which I actually just recently finally bought digitally.
I was gonna say, so you didn't get the cool little amiibo?
No, I couldn't find a good deal on it.
Okay.
Missed out on the Black Friday stuff, but yeah, other than that, and then Paper Mario Color Splash, that was about it from the Wii U, which is a bit.
Well, there's also that Pokken tournament, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I played a little bit of it at one of those Target demos. It was weird. I wouldn't go out and buy the actual game, but it looked like it was like neat in a sense that you get to actually play as Pokemon. But you get that in a sense in Smash Brothers, which handles combat a lot better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a very arcade-y type game, Pokken Tournament. So I mean, like it appeals to some people, I think. Especially people in the fighting, like who I feel it's a very casual fighter. So I mean, it definitely has a market for it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Does it is it like as anywhere near as deep as the actual Tekken, or is it like?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
okay.
not at all. Yeah, we used to be super into Tekken also. I even built my own fight pad for it, but yeah, it's not as, what is it, technical as Tekken, I would say.
Tekken Nickel.
Tekken nickel. And then
Yeah.
the other big one that just came out this last week, Super Mario Run.
Yeah, actually, it came out 2 days ago. Yeah, I downloaded it as soon as it came out, basically.
How is it?
And I played it. It's fun. It's a really good game. It's simple, which on mobile, people are starting to get kind of complicated on mobile. So it's nice to see a more simplified mobile game to just play. And it's not like an endless runner where you just keep going and hope you pass your high score. It does have a beginning and an end, so it's nice. It's nice. It's just kind of pleasant. I like it a lot.
Yeah, from what I saw from Jimmy Fallon, it actually looked pretty cool,
Yeah.
like the way it works. Like you could just jump off of the walls and you could turn around that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. The only problem I have with it is that you have to always be online
Yeah, that
to
was
play it.
kind of the down part for me with
Hmm.
someone having not a lot of data to use.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping it'd be a cool like time waster that way. Um, but for $10, I mean, like from the reviews I've seen of it, it looks like a pretty good value, like
Yeah.
replay value
Yeah,
and all that.
I actually just bought the full game last night, I think. So I had it for like a day, and I initially didn't realize you had to pay for the whole game.
Hmm.
So I was content doing like 3 levels over and over again. But yeah, I paid for the full game, and it's definitely no regrets because it's a good. It's worth $10.
Which is, yeah, I mean that's the main part anyway. As long as you see a value in it and it's worth your money, I think that's okay. And
Yeah.
there is an actual good reason for why he did it. I watched a video on Miyamoto talking about it, and he said it's just to prevent piracy.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so that if you're always online, you'll know that it's you bought it legally. So
Yeah, I mean that's one of the main problems with mobile games right now is that
mhm.
there's so much piracy
Hmm.
because it's so easy to like, you know,
There's not as much
hook.
security on phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just hook it up to a computer and kind of basically hack it or whatever.
Mhm. I mean, and anyway, there's tons of games that already require constant, connection.
Hmm.
Like we used to play Blood Brothers, and I remember that had to always be connected. Clash of Clans,
Yeah.
anything that really has to deal with buying stuff, I guess, just so that people aren't cheating, because there's easy ways of mining the resources that you need.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, actually, I kind of commend Nintendo for going that route, making it just a $10 game rather than the free to play route or pay to win route. So it's
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I mean, yeah,
that's that
there's
that's
like not a
nice.
lot of microtransactions and like that. You know what you're gonna get for the $10,
Mhm.
and like you get everything basically.
Yeah, yeah. Their other mobile game that we forgot to mention, which probably unsurprisingly so, because it just kind of came out and petered out, was Miitomo. Um,
Oh yeah,
did,
yeah,
did you guys
yeah.
play that?
no,
didn't
I
play
didn't
that
even
at
know it
all.
was a game, to be honest.
I didn't know what it was about. It's like I didn't think I even wanted to play it. You know?
Yeah, I downloaded it, and I mean, uh, you pretty much have to have friends to enjoy it, which I don't. No, but
I don't have any friends.
yeah.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
I can't-
That's like
can't
all
play
of
my
us.
game.
so like
Is it?
you just like answer questions and like make little pictures with your me. I don't know. It got old pretty quickly, so. But
I think
the best part about it was just like racking up coins for my Nintendo rewards.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it sounds like something that a certain niche of people would
Mhm.
like.
Yeah.
Um, like my wife loves, what is it? Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I could see.
So it sounds like that kind of a game where
Hmm.
there's not really any objective. You just play a game.
Yeah, it's mostly about the customizability of
Mhm.
your character and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
there's not a lot of gameplay per se. There's just like these little mini games to collect more like costumes and stuff. But yeah,
Huh.
yeah,
So all in all,
interesting.
Nintendo had a pretty good year, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
At least in
Yeah,
games.
I would say so. I mean, honestly, for me, I would say there's 3 really big, at least Nintendo DS games that I really liked, uh, and really wanted to have here in the States, which were Fire Emblem Fates,
Mhm.
right? Fire Emblem games are kind of really niche. They're very. I would say they're almost a cult. Have a cult following because not a lot of people play it, and all of their games are super hard to find. So it's good to have that Fire Emblem Fates.
Well, I mean that franchise used to be that way, right? But until
Yeah.
Awakening came
I
out,
think
that's when the series like really
yeah,
hit its
yeah, yeah.
peak in popularity.
Right, yeah. So like it's been gaining a lot of popularity, which I'm super happy about. It's what like they had a game on it was Game Boy Advance was when the first game hit US markets,
Hmm.
Which is the one
and
that
it was
we
so
bought.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we Justin and I had that when we were younger,
we
Nice.
played
and
it
it
for
was
hours, dude.
really really good. So
Yeah.
I'm super glad that it's getting
More
so much
traction.
popularity
Yeah.
here. Yeah, exactly. So we can see more of those games. Um, the second game I wanted to talk about, at least briefly, is the sequel to Bravely Default,
Hmm.
which is a Nintendo 3DS game. It was amazing. I played a lot of it. I can't say I beat it because I'm trying to complete the whole game and I got stuck at one spot, so I haven't been able to finish it. But they came out with Bravely Second this year, which is just amazing.
Hmm.
Like all these classic JRPG type games is something I'm super into. So good to see that here. And then Pokemon, which is just like we talked about it earlier, but it's such a good year for Nintendo in my opinion.
Yeah, sounds like a
Yes.
good year for RPGs. Like a lot of
Yeah,
support for the 3DS there.
definitely.
But yeah, as a Wii U only owner, yeah, it's kind of been a little barren for me.
Well, did you guys want to talk about the Wii U a little bit? Because they,
Like maybe like overall thoughts on the system itself.
I mean, we can talk about that. Like, I feel like because they had the big announcement this year was that they're ending the Wii U production.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Just a couple weeks ago, they finally announced that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the end of Wii U then, huh? Oh man, that didn't really last too long. I was actually surprised, really, when they announced the Wii U.
Hmm.
I was hoping
Yeah,
it would
that's
be
fair.
a little bit better, but to hear that it was basically the exact same thing as the Wii with, a second screen, I was super, against buying it,
Hmm.
but I ended up buying it anyway, just for the sole purpose of Super Smash
Smash
Brothers.
Brothers, yeah, same.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good console.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not a lot of support from third parties and such whatever.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
usual trend with Nintendo consoles,
Yeah.
but yeah, for first party games at least, there's a lot of great games to look back on.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Like Nintendo has been I mean, I've watched or listened to a podcast a long time ago, or actually a couple of months ago. Nintendo used to. This is not just a recent thing where third party support for Nintendo hasn't been that good.
Mhm.
In like the NES and Super Nintendo, I'm not saying they had a bunch of third party support in those eras, but it was so hard for third party developers to get licensed for those games because Nintendo made it so hard. Like you have to use cartridges that were, you know, sold by Nintendo and stuff like that. So you couldn't make a game for Nintendo consoles without their approval, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, not to
So, like
mention,
I've
I also heard that they use like a custom library and everything that makes it harder to code too.
yeah. They
Yeah,
always have their own
supporting.
custom proprietary chips and like you said, Josh, about cartridges and different memory formats. So yeah, they always kind of make it difficult for third parties to easily make games that way, which is a shame. But hopefully the Switch will fix that, which we'll get into in a bit. But
yeah.
but yeah, just looking back, just looking behind me actually at my collection of games from the Wii U, like some standouts were Mario Kart 8. I thought that was probably one of the best
yeah, it's a great
one of
game.
the best games in the series. I really enjoyed it, and especially having those like Link, being able to play as Link, and
Oh yeah.
was
Yeah,
really
my
cool.
only gripe with that is the battle though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, battle mode.
That was that was
pretty
literally the only
lackluster.
thing I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
You had to
Yeah,
you had to basically fight on a track
Yeah,
rather
it was-
than a
it was
cool
terrible.
arena.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, other than
Very
that, it was a
bad.
really good game.
Yeah. I mean the
I would say it's my favorite in the series. I think the Mario Kart
Oh,
series.
nice.
Like, yeah, Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64 version was definitely like a huge classic, and I'll love it
Hmm.
forever. But um, and also my girlfriend likes the GameCube version of it, which is also very
Double
good.
Dash, yeah.
But like this one, yeah, Double Dash. Um, but this one, like the mechanics were just so tight, and it was so easy to do anything in that game that like it's easy to pick up, it's easy to learn, to get good at, and everything like that.
Hmm.
So I just loved it. It's really good.
Yeah. On top of that, graphics wise, it was probably one of the best games or best looking games I've
Gorgeous.
seen. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously Smash Bros. It's probably one of my favorites in the series as well. I mean, I've
Mhm.
I've a bias towards 64 since that's what I grew up with. But yeah, I really got into four.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with us. We used to go to youth centers and everything with our N64 cartridge, and then
Yeah.
it was just it was probably one of our most played games in our childhood, huh, Josh?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then we
Definitely.
got the Game Shark. We played as Master Hand, Metal Mario, all that stuff. It was really fun.
Nice.
But yeah, Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U.
Hmm.
That I
And
think is
3DS. Did you guys get
yeah,
the 3DS
it's
version?
Maria has it. It's basically the same. This is the same mechanics and everything. You're just playing it on the 3DS, and I think
Hmm.
it's cool. One of the things that Nintendo really has is it's what the interchangeability of the systems, or the interactions with the systems, because you are able to use the 3DS as a controller.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that was really neat.
Yeah, I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah. I'm just I mean, I like the 3DS a lot. But for a game as competitive as Smash, or you need to be a little bit more technical. It's a little impractical, I think, for me. But it's definitely a really cool feature.
oh, you mean for using the 3DS as a controller?
Yeah, using the 3DS as a controller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the preferred method is the GameCube controllers.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, dude, great game, uh, and then the platform also kind of saw a renaissance of platformers too, which is one of my
yeah,
favorite genres of games, um,
same here.
like 3D World and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze were both
Oh, I heard that game was good.
yeah, they're
Oh,
both
Mario
amazing games.
and Mario Maker too, dude. That
Yeah,
Oh
really,
yeah.
yeah,
dude, that really just exploded with everybody, which is, I think that was actually one of probably the greatest things that Nintendo could have made
Hmm.
in recent years, because a lot of people have the nostalgia of playing the old Mario games, and then now anybody has the ability to create a level,
Yeah.
whatever they want, however challenging they want, and they can even share it and download other people's games. And some of the stuff that people make, I've seen on YouTube, some of the ones that Josh has shown me too, they just get crazy with it. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
anytime,
amazing.
I think, yeah, anytime you can, you know, give creativity and to make anything, any kind of game that, the people want, I think is one of the greatest things that Nintendo could have done.
yeah. That's definitely a game that, uh, as it gets older, it's not. It's just gonna get better because people are gonna come up with new and fresh ideas.
Hmm.
Like maybe not right now, but like in the future, someone's just gonna pick it up again, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, but what if I do this?" It's a great game to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely, and it also kind of works as like a first step into developing games. If you ever want to go into that, which is a cool feature.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's a YouTuber I like to watch called The Completionist, and he has a Let's Play channel called Super Beard Brothers, and they do like uh, a couple of every week they have a theme, and they send it out to their viewers. And what their viewers do is they make levels based on that theme. So it's really cool to see what people can do with a theme and a platform to create a stage with that. So you get to see, like Elliot said, uh, people develop a level and see how their game design differs between people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good tool to see who has the talent to make it, to make video games, really.
Yeah, and like another little gem that actually kind of spun off from 3D World was Captain Toad. I don't know if you guys played that, but yeah, it was a little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Maria played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it came off of the Super
Yeah.
Mario World, right? The new Super Mario World.
Because it was
a
like
spin-off
little
of that.
puzzle levels within that game, and then they made a full game out of it. And I mean, it was only like $30, so it was a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, actually, one of our friends did buy it, and then my wife did play it. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, puzzle games are really fun. I mean, like, you can just take it at your leisure and figure out. It's good to keep the brain sharp. I don't know. I think it's fun.
All right, so yeah, Wii U at the end of its run, man, had a
Short,
pretty good life, I'd
but
say.
sweet, and it unfortunately
I mean,
kind of petered out
so
at the end with not much support from Nintendo. But yeah, this was the first console I've bought since the N64. So kind of a weird time to get back into Nintendo that way. But
I mean, it's still good. I mean, I would I kind of want to build my library of the Wii U games just because there's I feel like there are a lot of hidden gems in there that I haven't gotten a chance to play yet.
There's like that Fire Emblem crossover game.
Oh yeah, Tokyo
like,
Mirage.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous, but
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
crossover with Persona, right?
So like, what would you guys give
Cool.
grade wise if you had to, like, out of 10? What would you give the Wii U?
For the Wii U?
It's tough.
I'd have to say 7.5 to 8, around there. Just because it didn't do anything, it didn't really add too much to the Wii.
Yeah.
But it did have a great library of games.
Yeah, that was its real.
I would.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree with Justin with the score. Like a 7.5 to an 8 is definitely where I would put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean they technically and graphically the power wasn't there, but you didn't. They proved that you didn't really need the power to make girl games. Excuse me, to make games look good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Yoshi's Woolly World looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 looked gorgeous. There are a lot of really good-looking games on that, and they proved that you didn't really need that graphical power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they kind of did for third-party support, which was lacking once again. But yeah,
that's true.
I mean, it was a solid console, and I mean, I got a lot of value out of it. I forgot to mention Wind Waker HD was an awesome port there too. So yeah, I would probably be around the same range, 7.5 out of 10.
All right, man. With that, we will go talking about the Switch, Nintendo Switch, dude. What do we know about it?
Yeah, what's your initial thoughts after that first Switch reveal trailer?
I honestly thought it was super gimmicky. I'm not too excited about it. I mean, it looks really neat, but it looks too gimmicky for me at the moment.
What about you, Josh?
I think it's really cool. I feel like it'll appeal to a lot of people. I do agree that it's a little gimmicky, but they look like they're taking a lot of big steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
In terms of like their console, so I think it's good.
Yeah, definitely, and like having Nvidia as their chip maker should help with the graphics gap between the other competitors.
which is what I think is one of the better moves that they're doing for the
Yeah.
Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we're researching this, I found that they are using the old architecture, so they're not going to be using the Pascal, which is what they have in their current
Yeah, the current generation.
yeah current generation of GPUs. They're going to be using Maxwell, but
Yeah.
Maxwell still did a lot of really good graphics for the PC.
Still going to
And-
be 1080.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
so
it's
I mean,
still a good chip to have in a game, in a console.
and with Nvidia's help, they're going to be getting the proper computer architecture, their system design, APIs, game engines, peripherals, all the libraries and stuff that they use to make games, which is going to be more appealing to the third party developers.
Absolutely.
So
I'm reading through some of you guys' notes, and it's PS4 and Xbox One are powered by AMD, which kind of blows my mind. Simply because AMD is kind of known for being not as good as Nvidia. It's definitely a lot cheaper,
Mhm.
but in a lot of PC gamers' minds, AMD is definitely the I
The lesser of the two.
the lesser of the two. I was trying to find a way to say that delicately, but I think lesser of the two works.
and then Nvidia, I think, is also known for the power efficiency of their GPUs.
Definitely.
So
Yeah. Plus
that-
they
I think.
go ahead.
Go ahead, dude. No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say. Plus they had that their own little portable system. What was that called? The Nvidia Shield, right?
Oh, the Shield.
Yeah, Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was basically like a proof of concept for the Switch, really. So if they can kind of refine that with Nintendo's help, I think it could be a really cool system. Like the biggest takeaway, excuse me, the biggest takeaway for me from that initial reveal trailer was just being able to finally play like all of Nintendo's library of games like on just one system, like not having to buy a 3DS and a Wii U to like enjoy all of their franchises. Like I could finally buy just one system and just like play all the games,
I mean, and from the video, it definitely seemed like that's the route they wanted to go too. 'Cause they had the cartridges, right?
Yeah.
That go into the thing, and so you could just buy. I don't know. This is just from what I could kind of see from the video. Is it disc based? Are the games going to be disc based?
No, they're going to be on
cartridges?
SD card size memory chips.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so almost similar to the 3DS and DS games,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, which is again, it plays into the power efficiency, which is what makes it, I think, a lot more viable as a mobile or a portable console.
Mm-hmm.
Is with that chip, you don't have to worry about spinning motors, so it draws less power.
Yeah.
It's very promising. But what they do really starting from when they released the trailer, what they do from then on is gonna be really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that's why I said it's right to me. It's gimmicky now. If they pull it off, I think it'll be one of the best consoles, next gen consoles. It's just they have to get the graphical powers working, get it to where it can compete with PS4 and Xbox, and maybe a little bit better. It's kind of entering in late in the game. PS4 and Xbox are already coming out with 4K capable systems.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have the NVIDIA powered Nintendo Switch capable of 1080p when it's docked, rumored to be when docked 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I think, where they really have to make sure it works.
Yeah,
for it to be successful. Yeah,
probably the biggest worry is like you were talking about earlier about drawing power. Like how much battery life is it going to have to be able to run something like that? So like if it only has like a 3 to 4 hour like battery life, like it kind of kills the whole coolness factor of having a portable console.
Yeah. And then another thing, with a detachable screen, just like with the Wii U, you're gonna have an extra cable that you have to keep track of for when
Right.
you take it on the go. But
To charge
mhm.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be using the USB-C port, which is kind of like a quick charging uh, capability.
Yeah.
So
So
that
that'll
should
help it out.
Yeah,
But I mean, you still have to keep track of another accessory. Speaking of accessories, though, dude, there's a rumored to be a whole plethora of just different controllers that you can use. Just from that video alone, you can use the screen itself.
hmm
You can detach those side controllers, use it individually
yeah, the Joy Cons.
or together. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you get what looks like the controller Pro.
hmm
And I am going to go out on a limb here and say that you'll be able to use the Wiimotes eventually. I bet.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
And then with like how we were talking about the Nintendo 3DS with Super Smash Brothers, I bet on some games you could use that also.
yeah. Apparently, there's at least 2 or 3 USB ports. So at least the that GameCube controller adapter should be able to work. So that
Oh,
would be
that's
nice.
cool.
Yeah, for whenever
Is it
they.
is the are the USB ports on the detachable screen or is it on the docking station?
That I'm not too sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume on the actual system itself. So then, like, you can
Yeah.
take that adapter with you on the go if you really wanted to.
Man, that would even drive more power. But yeah, that'd be cool though. Just imagine, dude. Hey, you guys want to play a Smash 4, man? Yeah, dude. Let's do it. Yeah, but we're out in the middle of the desert. That's cool, bro. I brought my Switch. Oh, dude, that's tits, dude. Tits.
How cool would it be though if you could just play 3DS games on this? Like,
Uh,
wasn't there a scene where the guy was plugging in what looked like a 3DS cartridge into the thing?
I think you actually will be able to. I know that there's rumors of the Wii U Virtual Console that they're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of
yeah.
doing later on with the Switch, and there's also rumors that they're doing a GameCube Virtual Console that might be released with the Switch.
That would
Yeah,
be really cool to have like access to a lot of those GameCube games that I mean honestly there are a ton of GameCube games that are super expensive. So just to have their library available on their new console I think would be huge.
yeah,
And then
definitely.
even bigger, that'll be on the go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's another exciting prospect for me. I mean, actually on the Wii U, I forgot to mention like a big thing that a big amount of games that I bought were actually virtual console games, just going back and
Yeah.
playing the classics. And my one hope is I just don't have to rebuy them once again for the Switch, which was a huge problem for like the Wii U and 3DS owners. Like they would have to rebuy the same game like twice just to play it on different systems. So hopefully Nintendo can figure out a way to transfer the games you already have or to the Switch.
Yeah. And Elliot, I'm looking through your blog that you posted, I don't know, a couple years ago.
hmm
You actually mentioned that having a universal virtual console, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, kind of like making it almost like a Netflix of virtual console. I think I talked about. Can't quite remember.
Where you could play it
It,
on
it
your
would be,
different consoles. But I mean,
yeah.
if you had the Switch, wouldn't that make it virtually, um, you know, you wouldn't need it with if your Switch is your go-to console, your all-around console, you wouldn't even need a 3DS anymore.
Right.
That is true.
So you would just need that virtual console, and then you could just play any game wherever, whenever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what if you bought a game on your Switch and you have an account and you go to your friend's house who has a Switch Wouldn't it be cool if you just had like you could just sign into yours and play it directly from there?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good point because
Yeah,
that's something that Nintendo has never done before. Like they always tie your games to your actual console, so you have
yeah,
to
to the
like
same.
lug it around to your friend's house, like you said, rather than
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
just signing in and playing from there.
I think the thing with that is, I mean, one of the reasons that I'm pretty sure they do that is for piracy reasons.
Yeah,
And so to fix that, at least what I would think is you still tie it to your games, but you make, you can bring your Switch and you make the detachable console be able to attach to your friend's dock.
Oh yeah,
So I mean the whole point of Switch is the convertibility of it, the
yeah. The
yeah, the
flexibility, like
flexibility
hmm
that you can bring it with you wherever. So I think that if they do that virtual console, yeah, you can still tie it to the game. Yeah, that helps with the piracy and everything. But be able to at least attach it to your friend's dock. That way you can, play it with them on their screen,
yeah.
or at least have like some sort of communication between the two, which it looks like they're doing,
hmm
where you can have like a bunch of switches hooked up together, maybe wirelessly Bluetooth, and then you can at least use your Switch console, and you can use that as the like an extra controller for the multiplayer virtual games on your Switch.
Yeah, I think
I
I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, from from the rumors I've read, just the dock itself isn't really anything but an extra fan and
Mm-hmm.
just like a extra power source to make it 1080p on your TV, so that there
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't really be any issue with. Uh, and yeah, like you said, that's kind of the whole point of this console. Is like the usability of just bringing it with you and docking it into somebody else's uh, place, like super simply
Mm-hmm.
without like plugging in a bunch of wires. Like just plop it out, pop it back in, and you're good to go. So yeah,
All right, dude. Let's talk about the games that are supposedly coming out for the Switch. It's the big one that's coming out with the release of the Switch, right? Is the new Legend of Zelda game.
yeah, but apparently, it's rumored to be pushed back yet again to possibly a summer release instead.
oh
Because
man,
I guess they're still working on the localization.
Okay,
So
oh wow,
yeah,
what a bummer.
but in its place, apparently that new 3D Mario that was teased in that initial trailer,
Mm-hmm.
it will actually be launching with the console along with a Splatoon port.
Mm. Yeah, I heard that Splatoon actually turned out to be really fun game. Like we tried it during the demo,
Mhm.
and it seemed like it could be cool. It's like a shooter for kids, but it didn't seem like it has staying power. But
yeah.
from reading and looking at some videos on it, it seems like they added a bunch of features that made it more it had a lot more replayability with it.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I never played it myself, but I mean, I'll definitely try it out with the Switch.
I mean, I played it too with Justin and his wife, and I had a lot of fun with it. I was terrible at it, to be honest. But it definitely seemed like a fun game.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that new 3D Mario game, though. Like, it looks really good.
yeah, like it looks like more like the traditional Mario 64 and Sunshine style
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mario,
It's a me, Mario.
To
which we
go.
haven't had in a while. Because the last one was 3D World, which was kind of like a mix of like 2D and 3D platforming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good
Yeah.
game though
Yeah.
too. We played a crap ton of it, huh, Josh? When
Yeah,
we
we
first got the
definitely did.
Wii,
Like,
the Wii
it's
U,
a fun game to play with well, you can play it with 4 people. Is that right?
multiple people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just really fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the
Because you could be total
yeah,
dicks to
it's
people.
it's like
I remember
the
that.
new Super Mario Brothers games, right? Like starting in the Wii, they had the new Super Mario Brothers games, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they had one for the Wii U as well, and it's just like that. You can be a dick. You can carry someone and then throw them off the ledge. It's fun.
Yeah, it was a good game.
And then with the new Nvidia graphics, man, there's rumors of Skyrim
Hmm.
and Dark Souls
Hmm.
coming.
Yeah.
There was the one. I think it was a developer, like the president of Bethesda. He he was gushing about the Nintendo Switch, saying that they were actually able to run Skyrim pretty well on it. And the same thing goes with, I think it's From
Yeah, that's
Software
Hmm.
Dark
that
Souls.
did Dark Souls, I think. They also said that early testings showed that they could actually run the games on there. So we might be seeing those games come to the Switch eventually. I mean, it's just rumored. They're just showing off. I think they're just showing off the power of the Switch, and so nothing is confirmed yet. But it looks like it could be coming.
And that would be
Yeah.
big.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the game is 5 years old, so I would hope like it could be able to run it. But
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, I feel like would be the trickier of the two, because there are parts in that game. Uh, Actually, I don't know. I've played the first one, and there was specifically one area in the game that no matter what console you played it on, it ran like crap. And it's just because there's so much going on in that world, in that whole game, um, that it can slow it down so much. And that's, I think, gonna be
hmm
trickier to get on the Switch. I think they can do it,
hmm
and I hope they can because Dark Souls is fun for the first like 30 minutes, but it's gonna be a challenge.
yeah.
But definitely Skyrim should be doable, I think.
Mm. All right. Are there any other new games that seem exciting that are coming out for the Wii U or Wii Switch, Wii Switch, Nintendo Switch?
Well, yeah, looking at you guys' notes, if Nobunaga's Ambition comes to the Nintendo Switch, that would be crazy. I think the last Nobunaga's Ambition game that came out, at least here in the States, was the Nobunaga's Ambition crossed with Pokemon. So
Oh, that wasn't that
that's for
coming out for the
I think that's for
3DS
the
also?
DS, just a normal DS.
Oh,
Yeah,
just the
and like
DS.
that
Yeah,
Hmm.
game,
I remember
I don't
that.
think that game was popular at all in the States. I think they've only had one game, one Nobunaga's Ambition game come out before that Pokemon crossover, and there's been a ton of them in
Mm.
Japan. So it's like if that comes out on the Switch and it's available in the States, that'd be huge. That'd be fun. But other than that, I mean, like it. I just kind of hope they have good support all around.
Yeah, definitely. The
Yeah.
third party is a big hope for to finally get support.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just looking at the list, looks like mostly uh, ports so far are rumored. Like or even in that reveal trailer, you could see like a kind of newer version of Mario Kart 8, which
Mhm.
apparently is supposed to have like all the DLC included,
Oh, that'd be
some
nice.
some brand new tracks, and and Justin, you'll like this, a new and improved battle mode.
Yo, yeah.
Oh, yes. Hopefully it's, hopefully it's, actually arena type
Mm,
thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to go around a stupid track and try to
yeah.
fight people.
If-
You don't get drunk that way.
yeah.
yeah. As long as they put in a block fort and double decker, like that's all I need. But yeah, and then Smash Bros. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a port for that. 'Cause-
Mhm.
and then Splatoon, obviously, uh, and also and Mario Maker is supposed to be having
that would be
a port
fun.
too.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, and
That'd be neat, dude. If you had Mario Maker on the Switch, you're like going to work. Do, 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 do. Oh my god, I have this amazing idea for a Mario Maker. I wish I could, make it right now. Oh, wait a minute. I have the Switch. Bloop. Do.
Yeah,
Done.
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
And then I guess another port is Xenoblade X.
Oh yeah.
If you guys played
I
that.
haven't, but I want to play it so bad.
Popo outside your guy's house.
Yeah.
Uh, and then Pokemon Stars is
I
another
heard
big
about
thing. Like a third version of Sun and Moon, which sounds pretty awesome because they've never really had a mainline Pokemon game on the console before, so that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, just like apparently they were against the idea of the Pokemon games being 3D, but it happened. So, like, if they can
Yeah.
get it, I'm pretty sure they're against the idea of having mainline Pokemon games on consoles. So, this is definitely something that's really exciting.
Yeah. And then I mean they made Pokemon Go, which we forgot to mention
Yeah, we
earlier.
did.
Um, so like they're definitely expanding their horizons with that franchise. So that's exciting.
A lot of big stuff lined up.
So what are you guys' oh yeah. So what are you guys' overall thoughts on the Switch?
It's good.
Uh,
I'm excited.
Go ahead.
That's it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still Oh, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm stoked for January 12th. Like I can't wait to finally learn like all the nitty-gritty details about this thing and like all the different.
Is that what they're going to do on that presentation? They're actually going to go over some of the more detailed specs of it?
Yeah, I believe so, and then probably Nvidia will like release an article with all the actual specs. But
Oh, nice. What are those presentations called again? Nintendo News or something?
Directs,
Yeah, Nintendo Direct.
Directs.
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct. Yeah, so everybody stay tuned. January 12th, Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thoughts on the Switch, dude. Like I said, I'm still reserved in what I want to say about it, just because it seems gimmicky. But if they can pull it off, I honestly do think it would be one of the best consoles that they could have, or that'll be in the next generation. It's just gonna encompass everything if they can pull it off. You know, really decent graphics that somewhat upscale when you plug it into the dock. Rumored, and then you can take your full console games with you on the go. So, I mean, that's probably one of the things that I'm really excited about, but again, I'm skeptical a little bit of it, but we will see how it goes.
Yeah, you always got to be a little wary with Nintendo because they promise big things and sometimes under deliver. But yeah, I'm really excited because it seems like a new direction for the company as a whole after the Wii U kind of failed. So hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and for first and foremost get the messaging right about this console. Because that's where they really dropped the ball with the Wii U. I mean, first off with the name, like, it's confusing because everyone's just like, oh, it's just like a new controller for the Wii.
Yeah.
So like, nobody really bought it, and so we're at that point now, and it looks like the Switch is basically going to be what the Wii U should have been. So I'm pretty stoked for it.
All right. I think that's about it, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
That's all we have to talk about. All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and let us know what you guys think of the Nintendo Switch or any of the games that happened in Nintendo this year. You guys can follow us on Twitter at passion4 the Geek, or on Instagram, same handle, and we will talk to you guys next time.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, of course.
See you
Thanks.
later.
Take care, guys.